Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years? I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sale service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets. Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon-neutral properties. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
Ghana must grow.
KB, aka Kubeboga, now drives a Bugatti. He can even travel by road from Accra to London. Oh, wow. KB's source of wealth is agriculture. Yes, coconut business. After losing his bank job, he started supplying coconuts at events. Now, he owns large coconut plantations and employs many young people. Charlie, we all need to trust the process, because hope days.
There has never been a better time to enter into agribusiness. Take a bold step today with the Ghana Grows program, because every step pays. Ejuma Wokrom, Ghana Grows, Hope Day, an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Limehouse.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Launch performance tracker. The government this afternoon says there are some 67 errors have been identified so far, and steps are being taken to correct those inputs. The NDC, since the launch of this tracker, have expressed doubts about the real intention of the authors of this tracker. Let's hit the full lines now and speak to the NDC spokesperson for the Mahama campaign, Beatrice Annan, to help us appreciate why they think that the tracker is a vote-catching tool. Hello, Beatrice. Good evening. Welcome to Point Blank.
Good evening, Salom, and good evening to your cherished viewers.
Usually, a tracker, for example, is supposed to ensure transparency, give citizens or empower citizens, let them know what their government is using their monies for. But your team or your party does seem to say that this is a vote-catching gimmick. Why do you people think so?
Salom, we say that it's a vote-catching gimmick, or it's just calculated to mislead people because there are too many lies contained in that tracker. In fact, we started exposing the lies some hours after the tracker was launched. And this morning, government itself has come out to admit that true to our accountability, 67 lies have been deleted because many citizens have detected it. And so I do not know why this government has set a very low standard for public governance systems as we speak, because one would expect that in accounting to the people for the period that you've been in power, the least you can do in an era when you are having to have the highest inflation rate, in an era where unemployment is highest in 40 years, in an era where pensioners do not have access to their invested funds, the government would at least be candid and will show some level of honesty. But they just buggle lies and everything, and then they put it in a tracker in the hope that many rural folks would not read. They will set the agenda and people will believe it. So let me take you through some of the things. And these things, you cannot say that it's an error. The errors are deliberate, calculated to mislead the people. First of all, in the job sector, this government told us in the 2024 budget that 900,000 private sector jobs have been created and 1.4 million public sector jobs have been created. Then when Dr. Baumia was speaking at the UPSA where he purported to put out his 60-point agenda, he then increased the figure from the 900,000 for private sector to 970,000, and then reduces the figure for public sector employment from 1.4 to 1.2. Then just 2 days ago, when they launched the tracker, they are now telling us that contrary to the 970,000 or the 900,000 misleading figures provided, now they have only provided 267,939 private sector jobs. So let me ask you, if you are a government that you are so concerned about recording the highest unemployment rate in 40 years, the least you can do is to be candid. And you can tell that the inconsistency shows that they are not serious with creating jobs. They just churn out the figures depending on the occasion. And Ghanaians can simply not believe what is on the tracker. The government says that, you know what? The road from Atebubu to Kwame Damso, where I went with President Mahama just this past November, it's 100% complete. That road was abandoned from 8th of January 2017. And no contractor has been on site. And now the government has gone to delete those ones. The government says, well, you know what? In Boem, we are constructing road from Bakwa to Jolly. The MP has just confirmed that nothing of that nature has been done. And the amusing thing is that, they are now appropriating to themselves projects by members of parliament. So, for instance, let me give you one. In Honorable Isaac Adongo's constituency. His police station, which he constructed for his own people, this government put it on the tracker as one of the achievements until we raised the concern, and that has been deleted. And we are still verifying the fact. But as we speak, I can tell you more than 67 lies have been detected. And so you can imagine, but for the work of the NDC, this government would have been throwing that into the eyes of the people of Ghana that they have done something. The 12 district hospitals that they claim to have built, that is also falsehood. You know, we, the NDC, we believe that government is in continuum. And one government can do something for another government to come and continue, because ultimately it is the taxpayers' money that are being used to fund these projects. But you have a case where it's a delivery tracker. The 12 district hospitals, which the NDC government secured funding for, which the NDC government started, which were at various stages of completion, this government in the tracker is actually saying that they started these projects from 2017 and they have been completed as of 2022, which is not the case. And so, Salom, one cannot but know that this is just an election-winning gimmick. This is just something calculated to cover up the shame of this government, that when it comes to the area of infrastructure and developing the lives and livelihoods of the people, they have done zilch. And you know the funny thing, I have named this tracker as a toilet tracker because, well, are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening to you. Yes.
I have named this tracker as a toilet tracker. You know
because you're doing well in the sanitation sector?
That is not it. Because projects with the NDC government considered as projects for district assembly, and that central government should not even be seen to be taking credit for these little projects. Today, these toilets, I beg your pardon, are the greatest achievement of a central government, which has, in the past 7 years, cumulatively had in excess of 920 billion cedis.
Very well. So, but it's government's achievement. Good. It's government achievement. I mean, whether local government or central government, it's the taxes from the people used for those. So, if the people need toilet facilities, why not? That's what we give them.
So I am happy we are having this discussion, that the people of Ghana in the 2024 election will have a choice to choose between a government that initiates both district levels projects because the people need it, and central government monumental projects. And so this should tell you that for the past 7 years, the tracker is indicating the NPP government is not a government that anybody who loves Ghana should vote for or even consider voting, especially because they are suffering from credibility crisis.
Very well. Let me speak to your colleague, Richard Ahiagba. He is Director of Communications for the governing party. Hello, Richard. Welcome to Point Blank. It's been a while, though. But, you know, tracker launch within 48 hours, 67 of the inputs have proven to be erroneous. That should be some cause for concern for you.
Well, thank you very much, Salom, and to your listeners. And good evening to Beatrice, who is straining the rest of her energy this evening, trying to perpetrate the propaganda they've always been parroting in this country. The tracker, I've had reason to tell some of your colleagues who have called me about discussing it, to say that what is there to discuss? We have presented to you a balance of information on government achievements, performance initiatives, projects that we have done over the period. That here, Ghanaians, let's take a look at this. This is what we have done. And in the process, let's verify to see that we have used your resources reasonably to advance the development of this country. That's really what the tracker is seeking to do, to provide information to citizens, to account to citizens what we have used the monies to do. We have done that project, this one, that one, that one, so we can see it and relate to it. And also, Salom, to answer one of the perennial questions that the NDC has been raising, and now they are standing here calling it vote-catching gimmick. I can't understand them. They've been asking that what have you used the money for? So much money have been given to you. What have you used it for? Now we put before you a tracker that documents what we have used the money for. And even that, you don't understand. You're saying that is a vote-catching gimmick. I don't know what the NDC was. On the matter of some erroneous entry, you can call it erroneous if that sounds good to you, but I think it's clerical error, validation errors that come from the entries and the compilation of the data. We expect those to happen. It's actually been of interest to us that those things will be identified, corrected. Not only are there projects that, as you have said, that have been said to be there and are not there, for example, but there are projects that have been done and completed that are not in the tracker that we found out that, oh, you had this, but it wasn't put in. It's a human effort to put this together. It's not AI that did it. Even if it's AI, it's a human being that programmed it. So it's a collection process, and people are involved. So if you paid attention on when the tracker was launched, the minister was careful to say that we expect that as time goes on, people should give us feedback on really what the tracker says, and therefore we're open to updating, correcting, and improving the data. And this process is expected. So we welcome anything the NDC claim they have found that is not supposed to be there, or we say it's there that is not there, or that should be there, but then it's not there. We welcome that. So that, for me, is not a point of contention. I'm not going to engage Beatrice on that.
Very well.
But what I want to say is that are there things that are there that she sees that we can talk about? Those things, we should focus on those. If she sees something that is a mistaken clerical error that is in, that one is acknowledged. Even on the day of launch, we accepted that is likely to happen. But what about the balance of the information, the development, news, and information that is there? Why is she not talking about it? And for you, Salom, you the journalist, we put this at your disposal. We say that the MPP administration from 2017 till now, this is what we have done. And we are going to continue those we have not completed, and will continuously update the tracker. So at the palm of your hand, Salom, you can go sector by sector to see what the New Patriotic Party has done. I think that this is an ingenious initiative by the party. No government has done this. We have done this in full disclosure to our citizens to say that you gave us mandate, we used that mandate till now, this is what we have done with it. Take a look, and we are counting fully to you. And I think that is an exceptional happening, and the NDC effort to dump on it is not going to materialize. They really just want us to be in the doldrums, but we have shown that there's a government that is committed to accountability, and we are willing to put our performance out there for our citizens to vet it on the basis of which on December 7th, we are craving their indulgence and their blessing again to give us a mandate to continue to serve them in the most accountable way that we have seen in this Fourth Republic. So the conversation that Beatrice is having is peripheral. For me, is something that we have already addressed at the launch to say that expect that there will be these errors, and where they occur, we are happy to correct them, fix them, and put the appropriate information out there. But it is nothing that is found is significant to say that the tracker contains erroneous information. Never. It is insignificant. The numbers that they say they have that has come up, we are quite happy to fix those and move on with the tracker. So really, the conversation for me, Salom, is for you and I citizens, for you in the media, for citizens in general, to take a look in their constituencies, in their districts, in their regions, what has been done, and see that their government is accounting to them, and not pay attention to this NDC destructive conversation and an opposition that doesn't have a message. All they do is to say somebody is lying from morning till evening. That is not a message.
Very well, but I don't think it's an NDC. It's your own ministry. I mean, Ministry of Information that put this out. It said within 48 hours following the launch, our attention has been drawn to 67 entries which were erroneously included. So the word erroneous is not mine, it's yours. All right. So,
no,
but the question is, yes, but the question is, would you be kind enough as a government to show us those 67, erroneously included projects or achievements, as you may call it, so that we know that yes, through this and this and this we saw have been taken out and this have been added, because you said there were some projects you've done which have not even been added. Are we to look forward to anything like that?
Well, certainly. I mean, so it's full disclosure. The minister did say that we'll continuously update where there are errors will be fixed, where there are projects that needs to be added will be added. But you see, the question you asked me, so you have the answer. The access to the delivery tracker is yours. You have full access. You don't need me to come and give you any disclosures anymore. You don't need me to come to your studio and tell you we have done this here, this, that, this, there. On your computer, in the palm of your hands, you can open and say, Richard, you have done this, we have not done this. It's a conversation that we have opened. It's never happened. We have given this country full accountability. Everything we have done, we put it. I was illustrating this to somebody last night to say that, assuming that we have a notebook, and in that notebook, we have written everything we have done from when we came to office, January 7, 2017, till now. And that document or notebook is in our possession only. But we have decided now, from the 10th of this month, to say that let everybody have access to that notebook. You don't come to me anymore to ask me what is in the notebook. You go in the notebook and see what we have written. That's the disclosure we have brought to Guardian. So for me now, let everybody engage the tracker. Let's, as citizens, engage this accountability process and move forward. And on the basis of that, see that our government has done significantly better than any government before it, and then give it mandate again on December 7th.
Very well. And we are reviewing it, about 13,000 of them, quite a number of them. So we are still reviewing it, and I think at the appropriate time we'll compile all of them and have a proper discussion on it. So we are grateful for your time, Richard Ahagba. Beatrice, just to say thank you, but you have just 5 seconds to say whatever you want to say about comments from Richard.
So let me say that when Richard asked the question, Ghanaians are asking what they have used the money for. We were not asking them to come and lie to us. That point has to be made. And seriously missing in the performance tracker is the National Cathedral. I think that having invested over 400 million cedis into that project, they should have added it. It tells you that this government has lost it. The people of Ghana are not of concern to them, and they should stop playing to the gallery, elevate the political discourse, because this is too low. It can't be lies every time.
Very well.
They should respect Ghanaians.
Thank you. Very well. Thank you so much, Beatrice Annan, speaks for the John Mahama campaign, speaking to us tonight on Eyewitness News on the recently launched performance tracker by the government. This is how we conclude today's edition of Eyewitness News Show, produced by Dana Kobna Wilson, Beverly London, Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard Eno Safu, production assistance given by Daniel Squashi, social media support by Edwin Kwa Kofi. My name is Salom Adunu. Up next, it's Sports Panorama. Have a good evening.